she could drive. It was like 2 hours later. Dude, I came all the way here to see her and she doesn't come, right? I decided to call her. She doesn't pick up on none of these calls, and if anything, I'm getting the call declined on the other end. She's ending the call. What is going on? Hey you. Yeah, you right there, the one watching the video. Have you ever dated an ex? I mean, everybody has, but like, have you ever dated one crazy ass ex? Well, I have, and I'm gonna be telling you the story time on how I dated 3 girls on the Wizz app, and they were crazy ass bitches. If you like content like this, please consider subscribing. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I make any type of content, to vlogs, story time, to pranks. I mean, I don't know, I'm trying to make more content, so just give me a break. So the time I dated 3 exes on the Wizz app. If you guys don't know what the Wizz app is, it's basically a dating app, just like Tinder. You don't swipe left, right, you like text them. These 3 females, one was in Ohio, I believe, and 2 was in Nevada. So in Nevada is where I live, but the first girl I dated was in Ohio, and the reason why I dated her from Ohio, well, my location was on worldwide. I didn't change it to my state, so I was only getting girls from anywhere. One girl had hit me up thinking I was cute, and she was from Ohio. We lasted for a good, I don't think it lasted that long. If anything, it was like 2 weeks. I remember she was working McDonald's and she lived in Ohio. Oh yeah, and I remember she offered me to buy me clothes, like true religion. I mean, I don't know how true she really was to buy me stuff for me. She wanted to show her love by the way she buys stuff for me or whatever it was. I don't know. I was like, all right, bet. I wasn't greedy, but I remember her saying she was gonna promise that she was gonna buy me this stuff, and I never got it. Later down the road, I ended up dating one of my exes. Again, broke up with her. Yeah, that happened. Me and that girl from Ohio it wasn't toxic, but it wasn't also loving. It was weird, but she was a crazy ass bitch, I will say, on the phone. We didn't last a long time at all, so it is what it is. The next girl I dated was in Nevada, as where I live. Yeah, she was even more crazier. So I met her on the Wizz app. Remember, I think I was the one who texted her. Yeah, I texted her. She texted back and forth, and she got my number, I got her number, and we started texting on iMessage. After texting on iMessage, we had a good discussion back and forth. We never really called on the phone either, which was weird, because usually I'm like, oh yeah, let's call. We never really called on the phone either. I mean, we kind of wanted to meet. I wanted to meet. We never had the chance to meet. This is where the story gets quite difficult to actually understand here. So there was a time where I told her, okay, let's go meet at Craig Ranch Park. Ranch Park is one of the biggest parks here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I had told her, let's go meet over there and just hang out for a bit. It was randomly at the middle of the night. It was probably like at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I decided to get an Uber all the way to go see her over there because my dad was out. He couldn't give me a ride, so I decided to get myself an Uber to go see her. Knowing her, she doesn't have a permit or anything. She was a year younger than me. She could drive. So in fact, I thought that she was actually gonna go out and drive herself to the park. I ended up being at the park for a good hour. She was really laggy, and she just thought, okay, I gotta get ready and ask my sister to give me a ride because she can't use my car or whatever it was. I'm not trying to get the story twisted, but I think that's what she had said. But yeah, so later on, it was like 2 hours later, and I'm starting to overthink, oh yeah, I came here for nothing, man. I'm here with nobody. She's not here to meet me. Like, dude, I came all the way here to see her and she doesn't come, right? So obviously, me being the man I am, I decided to call her and call her and call her. And she doesn't pick up on none of these calls. And if anything, I'm getting the call declined on the other end. She's ending the call. What is going on? A couple minutes later, she replies back and she's like, I guess it turned into an argument. I didn't see it as an argument. I was just telling her like, look, yo, I came here to see you and she's not here. Like, what are you doing? So I guess her mom had some guests over and her mom wasn't letting her, taking her to the park, and she didn't have a car to get to the park, or her car, she wasn't running her car there. So she asked her sister if her sister could take her, and her sister said no unless you pay me gas money. I told her, I was like, look, I'll pay your sister gas money if you take her because I'm all the way over here, might as well pay you a little bit more money, right? Her sister agreed. Her sister's taking a long time. Mind her, she lives probably like 5-minute radius of driving to the park. I'm waiting, still nothing. Text getting undelivered, there's nothing going on. I'm like, you look, I'm overthinking. I'm thinking about going home and stuff, right? She over here over the text saying, you're over here rushing me, or you could just been patient. Girl, I'm out there for over 2 hours, an hour 30 straight. You think I'm gonna be waiting more just to wait for you? You should already been there. You live close by, like, come on. And some of those who are asking, why don't you just drive to her crib or got an Uber to her crib? Because her mom had guests over, and you know, the mom wouldn't like me being there. And I think it's better if I know her first than to get to know her family second. But it wasn't the right time to go to her place. So mind you, I wasn't planning to do anything weird. I know some people were like, oh yeah, you probably was to meet at the park to do something stupid or whatever, you know. No, it was just to me, okay? Like, I promise you, we weren't gonna do shit. Fast forward, I ended up calling my dad. My dad called me back because he missed my call. So I ended up getting a ride back home, and I lied to him and I said I met her, but I didn't meet her. So obviously the Uber ride was a waste of fucking money, but still. Later that night, which is weird because he got mad at me. Me being the man I am, I usually ignore texts after I'm mad because obviously like I just don't have like the urgency to text back to you at all if I'm mad at you. I'm waiting. I'm playing the game on the PlayStation 5 with my homeboy. We playing Fortnite, whatever. And she texted me in the middle of nowhere. I think it was like probably at 12 or like 10:30. She texted me, hey, what's your address? I got one of my boys' cars and I'm driving to your place. Text me your address quick. I'm like, what? Don't ask questions. Just text me your address. I'm gonna go meet you over there. Okay, so I send her my address, right? So I send her my address, right? I think it's like 30 minutes away from where she's at, or I think like 20 some minutes, 19 from where she came from. So she's driving, right? She's driving. I'm over here playing on my PlayStation. Text me, I'm outside. So I go outside and she rolled down the window. I came in the car. We talked it out. So we were talking about like, she was like, oh, why'd you get mad about this and that? I told her like, oh yeah, my past affects me for how I am, how I act. Somewhat apologize a little bit because I do exaggerate from most times. Yeah, so we talked it out, and it was kind of real of her doing that because I've never had a female, especially females that I actually dated here, like ever drive to my crib or ever made it up. Usually females just don't give a fuck. But she was literally dead as real, showing up to my place just to make it up. That was cool. Later on, we ended up breaking up for some shit, which I did forget, you know. But like, I'm gonna say that girl was a fucking bitch. Hey, it is what it was. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, she was one crazy ass fucking bitch. And then the next female also lives in Las Vegas. She lived pretty far from me, all the way by South Point. I live on the north side, so it was quite a distance. But we never met. Only girl I met was the other girl I was talking about. So I didn't meet the girl in Ohio because she never flew to me. I never flew to her, never met her in my life, but we FaceTime. And the second girl, she lived here, and I met her. The only time I met her was when she drove here just to make it up. We did kiss that night, but it wasn't nothing. And that was the only time that we broke up after. And then this third girl that I'll talk about, we never met either, but we did FaceTime quite a lot. She did have a bunny, which was cute. We did end up breaking up. I mean, she was iffy. That she had this bone in her where it was like, I'm not gonna chase after you. We ended up breaking up because of that. She blamed me for acting how I am. I told her, I said, you judge a book by its cover because the past I come from, and you're too quick to judge. She's like, oh, I'm too quick to judge, just that, And I just couldn't take it from her. She was like, oh, you know, if you change for yourself, I was willing to change for her. Guys, if you ever date a girl, do not change yourself for somebody who you should be loving. They accept you any way or shape or form or how you are, okay? They will be willing to go through all bullshit just to be with you because they want to keep you in their lives. It makes sense, right? Yeah, she was telling me to change. I was like, I'm willing to change. And she was like, okay, because if you start doing this bullshit again, I'm gonna actually leave for you, real shit, or some shit like that. I sent a text saying, I'm not gonna be chasing after you. You're always being childish and all these petty little arguments. I'm like, really? Dude, she was literally a year younger than me. I'm 18, so she was 17. So the fact that she's calling me childish, I mean, I know sometimes age doesn't prove like of being mature, but I was more mature than her. I swear to God I was. I knew everything. I graduated with a freaking career and college ready diploma. Does that not prove to you that I was more than standard? Dude, I feel way better knowing more things than her. She can't even tell myself, or she couldn't even tell me the fact that she was in the wrong. Like, one time in the past, she did tell me that she doesn't like saying sorry because the shit that she been through, like she knew she wasn't in the wrong, so just she knows the always being the right one, I guess. I don't know what it was, but she always knew that she was in the right, and I guess in this situation, she just thought she was in the right. Obviously, she wasn't in the right, and we ended up breaking up a little bit afterwards, or that time we argued, we were breaking up because she called me childish, and she said she wasn't gonna chase after me. Knowing me, it's only right that I'm not gonna date a girl who's not gonna chase after me, because if I'm the one loving her, and I'm chasing her, how are we in a relationship if you don't feel the same way about me? You could feel that you love me, but if you're not gonna chase me and have the same energy like me, we cannot be together. So I ended up in the relationship there, and hey, things didn't go well. It was what it was. It is what it is, you feel me? Yeah, that was the story time how I dated 3 girls on the Wizz app, and they were sure some crazy ass bitches. I mean, the first one was alright, but the last 2, fuck man, I just wish I never dated them because I just wasted like a whole time of my life. That the last girl though, I did date her for about a month. The other 2 were short relationships, so they were only like a couple weeks. weeks, like 2 weeks, a week. So I didn't lose too much time, but I did lose a lot of my patience with these females, and I just wish I knew better. After realizing my mistake of dating on the Wizz app, I never got back on the Wizz app ever again. Yeah, I just let my life be, like just do what I want to do, and then I make YouTube videos and I try to make my life productive as possible. I play basketball, you know, I try to go on the internet and learn new things. I'm not really too worried about being in relationships or anything like that, you know, I'm just to myself. Look, after all these relationships, they did try to hurt me, but I never let that affect me. I'm still me, I'm still myself at the end of the day, and I'm still in good spirits. So there's nothing to worry about. If you guys feel bad, there's no need to feel bad, but I'm in a good state. Yeah, that was the time I dated 3 girls on the Wizz app, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that was somewhat entertainment. This was a little short story time. I'm not gonna get too specific on who was who or what we said, or what we did, because that's just personal information. I would never want to give that out, especially if it was on me. I wouldn't want nobody to give my information out. It's only right that I want to do the same for them. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, like the video, share this with your friends, and we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, guys. So if you guys could please help me out get 2,000 subscribers, we're almost there, a little bit short. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.